Hello everybody! It is good to see you all again. It's been a little while since I've made a video, so I thought I'd put together something. I'm on another outing here today. A little bit of the Pacific Coast Highway. I head to San Francisco afterwards, so a lot of fun adventure stuff today. Just excited to be back with you all and being able to talk a little bit. So thank you for joining me. I'm an unashamed nerd. I'm into comics, I devour science fiction books like a starving man, watch only the extended version of Lord of the Rings, get way too into RPGs, have a board game collection that would make the gods weep, and at one point in my life have owned a sword. It's safe to say that I'm a card-carrying member of the nerd herd, and with that card I have inherited the ancestral rage of my people. I have been known to spout lengthy diatribes against the new Star Wars, or rant about how Avengers Endgame is the worst time travel, and it is. Time travel needs rules and consequences. That's what makes the genre interesting. It's a whole thing. It's hard to see things you've loved for so long slowly morph into parodies of themselves. They can change until you hardly understand why you love them in the first place. When the Hobbit movies spend half a movie on the mayor of Laketown rather than give us any character development for the dwarfs, it's hard to understand why you love the Battle of Helm's Deep so much. There's nothing that quite compares to finding a story that will grab you by the collar and pull you in. You feel like the main characters are your old friends, and you see yourself in them. When you finish a good book series that wrapped up really well, you close the book, sigh contentedly, and wish you had more. It becomes a magnet to draw you back when times get rough or when other stories seem stale. For me, one of the series that I keep rereading is Wheel of Time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh no, here he goes on a long rant about the Amazon show. Don't worry, that's not my plan. Though I could. I could say a lot. I've loved the book since high school. A friend lent me the first book when I was a little bit skeptical. Up to that point, I'd read mostly high fantasy books. You know, things with powerful elves and trainable dragons. This was something different, though. When the powerful Gandalf character comes to town, people don't want to go on the adventure. When the Chosen One finds out that they're the Chosen One, they don't want to be the Chosen One. And when people find out that they're the Chosen One, not everybody just stands up and says, "Behold, it is the Chosen One, we must follow them." Everybody kind of has their own reactions, and usually it's not super positive, which would be more like what it is in real life. And magic in this world is, for most regular people, kind of unheard of. In a fantasy book, that was just so unheard of for me. You always have these fantasy characters, these larger than life, these regal people that are in this regal world. But it was really kind of fun to see a fantasy world inhabited not by fantasy people, but inhabited by normal people. And they're reacting to magic just like I would be. Like, you see something weird, somebody shoots a fireball and you're just freaking out about the fireball rather than freaking out about, whatever else is going on. And that's the fun thing about it all. It's a breath of fresh air for me. And the book series is not without its faults, so. For instance, there's a dead spot in the book series where Robert Jordan decides to stall all the plots of the main characters and just go with side characters all the way, and just side plots. Perrin was looking for his life for way too long, Egwene was in Saladar doing boring politics stuff, and Rand was in a cabin. Well, in addition, I also hate most of the women in Wheel of Time. Min and Egwene are the only ones I don't want to punch. When the TV show was announced, I got way too excited, like I do sometimes. It's different. It's different from the books. It's darker, it's more brooding. Main characters swing back and forth in the winds of drama and love triangles like they're on a CW show. The Gandalf character is now the main character. The main characters are side characters. At times it feels like Wheel of Time is being written by someone who doesn't like Wheel of Time. All in all, it feels like a bunch of fantasy people being overdramatic in a fantasy world. But the interesting thing is that while this show makes me mad, I also like it a lot. They added depth to some side characters that are so one-dimensional in the books, like Lan and Logain. They also made me not hate Nynaeve, which is a huge feat because she's the worst. The show had moments that tore the soul apart and moments of triumph that were so powerful. It's not the series that I love, but it's something different and it's something good. It's weird loving and hating something at the same time, but that's kind of always the way I've been, I suppose. I really like the Star Wars prequels, even though I know they don't live up to their potential. Okay, here's my deal. Lucas should have started with the Clone Wars already started, have less Palpatine, make us love Anakin, no more whiny teenager times. Episode 2. We see some of Anakin's reasons for going bad, and they are so much better than having a bad dream. Episode 3. Obi-Wan is sent out to find out who is murdering the Jedi one by one, and he's shocked to find it's Anakin. They fight, and it tears us up inside. Where was I? Oh yes, I'm strange. I like being able to pick the parts of franchises I like and then shrug and walk away from the ones I don't. I don't watch the Star Wars prequel trilogy, but I really like The Mandalorian. Other people may love the story of Rey, but it's not for me. It's a very strange situation. You know, it's sad seeing something not meet your expectations, but I like being able to pick the things I like and disregard and ignore the ones I don't. For now, it's good enough for me. There's going to be garbage that still comes out, but I like what I like. I'll take what I like, leave the rest, and for now, that's good enough for me.
For now, that's good enough for me.